visualize and picture a librarian, what are you picturing? Is it a middle-aged woman with a cardigan and her hair in a bun and she's wearing glasses? And how is she acting? Is she stern and always telling people to be quiet? This stereotype of a stern, cold, standoffish librarian is incredibly pervasive throughout pop culture. The two examples that immediately come to my mind are Marion the Librarian from The Music Man, who is a big party pooper and is not instantly charmed by Harold Hill, unlike everyone else in town, until she falls in love with him. And Mary from It's a Wonderful Life, who becomes an unmarried librarian in the alternate timeline where George Bailey is never born. She also starts wearing very conservative clothes and, of course, the stereotypical glasses and bun. These show that not only are librarians cold, single, and unhappy, but that they can only change with the influence of love. Not even Harry Potter escapes this stereotype. Madame Pince is described as a thin, irritable woman and is constantly berating students for destruction of school property or being too loud. She is constantly around the corner in the library and seems to disrupt studying more than assist it. And honestly, the strangest thing to me is when she is yelling at Harry for all of the writing in the Princess Potion book, because if it's not a school library book, then why does she care? On the opposite side of the spectrum is the sexy librarian stereotype. Librarians, teachers, and nurses are all mostly female professions that have become victim to the fetishized sexy stereotype. The show Parks and Recreation has Ron's wife, Tammy too, who is a librarian and is constantly soliciting not only Ron, but most of the people she interacts with to have sex. The sexy librarian stereotype did not override the matron stereotype. It made the situation worse. To complicate things further, there is now the modern stereotype of the hipster librarian. At first glance, this seems like a good stereotype to have. It assumes that there's a level of tech savviness, and it does place the library as a cool and hip place to be. However, reimagined this way, there is the danger of the library being so uncool that it can only be ironically and nostalgically cool. Worse than all of this is the erasure of librarians altogether. When I was thinking of libraries and TV shows, I started thinking of shows like Sleepy Hollow and Supernatural, where the characters occasionally have to do historical research. There will be one shot where the characters decide to go to a library, and then the next shot they magically have all of the books they need spread out on the table around them. People rarely look for materials in these shows, and yes, I absolutely admit that this would be boring to watch, but librarians are rarely consulted, and people hardly ever even look through the shelves. If you are constantly shown people finding information without any help, this could add to the idea that librarians aren't necessary. Showing libraries without librarians in this manner could make it seem like if you walk into a library, all of your questions will be magically answered. In reality, it can be a lot more frustrating than this and can cause anxiety. When people don't find things right away, they can feel foolish for asking questions. Stereotypes matter because our media does not exist in a void. Our media is influenced by us and can influence us and the way we interact with the world. If librarians are constantly shown with negative stereotypes, people may be reluctant to come to the library for help. Please don't hesitate to approach librarians. We are here to help. Today's tip, it is not all in Google. Many library catalogs, scholarly databases, and archival finding aids do not show up on Google search results. You might have to search in more than one place. In fact, it's probably best if you do to make sure that you get the complete picture. I know there's a ton more libraries and librarians and their media. Please leave your favorite down in the comments. And please like, subscribe, and follow us on all of our social media. We are here to help.